Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy D-Wise, and we're back after a little break.
Just a little one.
Just a little one. About 2 weeks. We took 2 weeks off. You know, it was a holiday. What was it, last week? It was a holiday?
Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day was last week. The week before, I think the guests dropped out at the last minute.
Yeah,
we didn't
that's
really
right.
we didn't have anything to really talk about. So we're here. My name is D-Wise. That's at Mr. D-Wise on all your social media platforms. We got Standby Gypsy in the building tonight.
What's going on, people?
Hey, what's going on? Last week was kind of crazy, B.
What part?
I mean, the storms, the hurricanes. What we got going on?
The forest fires out west.
Right, we got a lot of stuff going on.
I helped a friend fly out to Chicago. She lives in Portland, and she's got a kid. And she said the air out there is horrible. I mean, you can breathe, but it's just it's not good for you. So she flew out to Chicago. She got out of there.
Damn.
I was like, why don't you just drive somewhere? She's like, dude, like all of the West Coast is on fire, and where she is in Portland, it's a little landlocked.
Right.
So she couldn't really escape. So anyway, yeah. Country's falling apart. What's up?
Yeah, the country. It's so crazy, man.
What does that meme say? It's almost as if this country was built on an ancient
Indian burial ground. That's pretty much what it is, man. Man. This is crazy. Last week my kid, my son had surgery. Yeah, man.
Success.
So, yeah, of course. I mean, it was a small surgery, but they still had to put him under.
Of course.
So to see your little, your 2-year-old kid like on this little bed, and they gave him they put the mask on him, and he's like okay, yeah, and then he tries to move the mask off, and he's like, hey, bro, like
what are you doing to me?
Like, yo, what are you doing?
Doing this to me, right?
Like, yo, what's up?
Well, that's good. He's got those natural reflexes.
Yeah, man. And then shout out to his mom's Nia. She's probably watching right now. She was the one that was getting all nervous because he was just like, fighting and crying, and then all of a sudden when he started to knock out, which was totally funny, I didn't want to laugh. Right. He like stuck his tongue out, so he's like he was out and his tongue was out. She was like, "Is his tongue supposed to look like that?"
Is his tongue supposed to look?
I was like, "Come on, sweetie, let's go."
Well, you've seen those dentist videos when people
when they got the dental surgery,
yeah,
gas.
Whatever. That shit is pretty funny.
But to see it as a little. To watch him be put under, it was scary. But then again, I was like, damn, he looks stupid. Like, look at his little face. He's like, and I was like, come on, let's go.
Right.
And we just sat. I try to keep her laughing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that she was in good spirits or whatever. But he came through. Good. You know what I'm saying? He woke up. And as soon as he woke up, he was like, a little dazed. And then he looked around and he saw me, and he was like. He didn't say it, but I know in his mind he was like, "Dada, all right," and then he goes, "Mommy," and starts crying. So now I'm picking him up, and he's just like,
"Yeah." How old is he now?
He's B2 in November.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, B2 in November.
Gotcha.
So man, it was pretty crazy. I got a couple people. We're gonna do a little dedication. Had two of my friends that one of the older gentlemen that lived in my building, because pretty much all the people that's been at my mom's building, they still live there after.
Right.
Yeah, my parents been there since my mom has been in that building since 78.
Wow.
So in 2018, it'll be 40 years that she's been in that same building. So, and she even moved in with friends that she used to live with in the older building.
Wow.
So they go back to like the early 70s or whatever.
That's crazy. 1978 is 40 years.
Right. So. His name is James Bazemore. He passed away. I think he was in the 60s.
Wait, Mr. Bazemore passed away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they called him Junebug.
Junebug.
So yeah, man, rest in peace to Junebug. We're gonna do a little dedication segment, and there was another gentleman that passed away. His name is Tremaine Williams. We're gonna get into that later. Because I was pretty broken up about that.
I saw your post.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was kind of messed up. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. We're not going to bog you down with all the good stuff. But tonight's episode is brought to you by Koi Creative Space. in the heart of White Plains, New York, right on Mamaroneck Avenue. So we had Jonathan Menier. He is the, I guess you call him the CEO of the company of Koi Creative Space, or the co-CEO. There's two gentlemen that run the whole organization. So if you need a place to go and concentrate, you need a place to go and write a script, draw a comic book. You need a place to, sit down and have conference calls or something of that nature. You need a space like you're at a Starbucks, but without the baristas. This is the place to go. Koi Creative Space is located right on Mamaroneck Avenue, right above Lily's, I think it is. I got to check that. But, yeah, so check them out. Go to koicreativespace.com and mention OTV Live, and they'll give you 20% off of your membership.
Nice.
So you get a membership. You go upstairs. You have access. You can access everything through your phone. It's so crazy. There's no doorknob to this place.
So how do you get in?
There is a pad, an illuminated pad to the right of it.
Okay.
You have a key code that you got programmed in the app, the Koi app.
Okay.
You hold it up to the door, and the door opens up.
It like slides open, or
No, it's not a hand, like a door handle, but
yeah.
there's it just pops right open. This little,
okay.
Yes, Mr. Spock. So yeah, get a membership and you'll be good to go.
Fucking mind.
You're out of your mind.
Remember that from Living Color?
Yeah. Yo, man, all those clips from back in the day are really like coming back, like full circle. I saw them sharing.
What network they show, like in Living Color, almost it seems like 24 hours a day.
I think it's like FX. It's either FXX or one of the other ones.
It's like Esquire or something like that. It's some weird. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it used to be Esquire. Now it's. Oh, is it the Esquire network?
It's not Esquire. It's something else.
Yeah, something else. Whatever. It is what it is. We have a guest in the building tonight. You know what? Let's see who is online right now, first and foremost, because I know our guest mom is probably. When you gonna put my baby on? When you gonna put my baby on?
She's great like that.
Yeah, of course she is. Come on, man. Yeah, man. Let me see if we can get this up and running. All right. There we go. We are live. Our guest tonight is, okay, we got Kyle McFarland is in the building.
Hi, Kyle.
Oh, okay. Kyle is here. Kyle's in the building. She is Ziiothedreamer. Was it Zio?
Yeah, Zio.
Ziiothedreamer, a.k.a. No, we're not going to say your real name. Okay, Ziiothedreamer is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a round of applause for her. We got sound effects up, brother.
Do we? Yeah, they up.
Are they up?
They should be.
Oh shoot! Let's give her the good welcome. Let's get her the good welcome. No, that's a break.
I can give you like a good woo. That's about it.
What was that?
I can give you like a good woo.
Woo.
Woo. We do that a lot in my studio.
No, we gonna give you that. Ladies and gentlemen, Ziiothedreamer is in the building tonight. You hear that? They're clapping for you. Just give us a little wave. Yeah, man. Ziiothedreamer. She is an illustrator. She's in the building tonight. But before we get into everything, we want you to sit down and we're going to discuss the top 10 independent albums in the country. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. That is what we're doing. All right. So, I got good news.
Yeah. I'm excited about this.
We got good news. All right. So, Ziiothedreamer. Usually every week that we do this show, Metallica is like in the top 10 because they went independent. They're no longer signed to a record label.
Okay.
So their album has been on the charts in the top 10 for the past how long we've been on? This is every
shows,
week.
20 weeks.
20 weeks.
Is that 3 months?
Yeah, about 3 months straight. Top 10. So they are now number 30.
People no longer have.
Top 10. They were top 10. So now they're 30. Last week they were 12. They just got out of the top 10 last week.
You know why?
Why?
Because people no longer have an appetite for destruction.
Oh man, but that's Guns N' Roses, man.
What was the name of their album? Oh, self-destruct? What was it?
Yeah.
Appetite to self-destruct.
Hardwired to self-destruct.
Oh, hardwired to self-destruct.
Jesus Christ.
Same shit. Same crap.
Same garbage. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The number 10 album is We Don't Need to Whisper, an acoustic EP by Angels and Airwaves, excuse me. You know, for the younger crowd that watches our show, Angels and Airwaves is a super group made up of Tom DeLonge from Blink 182 and a couple of other people that he had from a couple of other groups around. When Blink 182 went on hiatus back in 2005, they got together. They made some great songs, but they don't sound anything like Blink 182. But Angels and Airwaves, you got a little bit surprised. You was like,
I feel like that's kind of fake though, because I literally only know that one song they came out with, which is The Adventure.
Yeah, The Adventure. So now they came out with an acoustic album, and I think The Adventure is like their first single. It's just all acoustic.
That's really funny.
Yeah. All right.
Do I need to get closer?
Yeah, you want to get closer to the microphone.
Sorry.
You good? Nah, you good. All right, number 9 is Galacticon 2, Become the Storm by Brendan Small.
Dope artwork.
Yeah. So this is the guy that did the voices and the music for Metalopolis. Oh man, I can't say the word. It used to be on Adult Swim. Metal.
Metal Lock. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Metalopolis.
The crazy one with the guy with the
yeah. So that was the show. Metapocalypse. I think it is. Metalopocalypse. Yeah, whatever. But you know what I'm talking about, people. Oh man, I'm messing up tonight. Really messing up tonight. All right. So number 8 is a band called Brand New, and their album is called Science Fiction. If you don't know who Brand New is they're actually from Long Island. They're a rock band from Long Island, alternative rock, indie rock. It's like kind of emo. Like their first album was emo, kind of, but this one is like pretty. It's harder than their previous work. I like it.
I actually saw that image like circulating a while ago.
Yeah. Well, they just dropped the album. I think let me see when the album dropped. They probably doing like some pre-production work or something like that.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know what that was. I was like, is someone jumping from a building? Like, no.
You can tell they're from Long Island because they're jumping off a balcony over a Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
Is that the cover of that is the cover?
Yeah,
that's
that was
what
the
I'm saying.
cover.
Like, how would you know that's like a cover for an album?
I know, right?
It doesn't have any words. That's some entitled shit right there.
You think so?
You're just gonna know our shit. No, I'm just.
Man, my internet is banging me over the head right now. Oh man, I'm trying to get to the next one. I can't.
You can't?
I can't.
Oh man. I can put the album artwork up.
Hold on, man. It's messing up real bad.
Oh man.
Real bad. We're having a little technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand back.
Let me see if I can help you.
Yeah, I can't get to anything right now. Yeah, my joint is like, I got the spinning wheel right now.
Spinning wheel.
I got the spinning wheel of death.
Taking a drink. I just think I should have
Wait,
known.
go up a little bit.
Oh,
Let me see number 1.
I don't think this is the same list.
Oh, it's the same list. Go down. All right, so what are we on? Number 7. Number 7 is Daniel Caesar, and the album is called Freudian. And this guy, he's from Canada, actually. He's an R&B singer from Canada. And I've never heard anything from this cat. Then I go check out his video. It's got 7 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
That's generally how it works.
I'm just like, yo, I've never even heard of this cat, yo. Never in my life. And I was just like, who is this dude? Then I listened to him.
You know what that means?
What's that?
You're old.
It doesn't have anything to. He's not that young. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't know, but I think he's got a record with HER, or it's just her. I don't know if you say her or HER.
Guys, it's weird. Like,
What?
Yeah.
This is just her?
I don't know.
Is it an
It
acronym?
depends on, yeah, it's because it's like her, I don't forgot what it stands for, but I actually love her music.
Oh, her music is dope. Her and SZA is like,
Yeah, this is dope.
yeah, they're like holding it down for R&B cats. I was just like,
Wait, do we know who the singer actually is? Like, is it confirmed? Like,
no, it's definitely the singer.
so I was like, I need to find this girl.
Oh yeah, but she's been online for a while, but they just whoever she has behind her, a PR firm, her management or whatever, they just marketed her as a totally different person.
That's really cool.
So, just like Sia, like before, Sia used to be on stage, you see her face, and then she wanted to relaunch her brand or relaunch herself, and then she was like, I don't want to go on stage. I don't want anybody to see me. And that turned into millions, yo.
That's crazy.
Is it bad that that's like kind of my aesthetic?
That's what you want to do?
That's
You want to
kinda
be
my
behind?
aesthetic, yeah.
You can't do that now. You out and about now.
Yeah.
So she wants to be known for her artwork and her artwork only. So let's get back to the. Oh man, I'm getting the wheel of death. This is bad. Maybe because I had it open for too long.
Is it an older computer?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
I know sometimes that is.
It says, all right, so number 6 is Game of Thrones Season 7. It's the soundtrack for the HBO series.
Stop.
Yeah, man. They got the number 6 independent album in the country. You know
Again,
what?
I don't think that should be on there.
No, it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not run by a major record company. It's HBO put it out.
But it's HBO. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
But there's
HBO
money behind it.
Yeah.
Like when you think of independent, you think of people with no money or very little money.
Nah, you can't say that. I mean,
I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but I'm just like, all right, you know?
you like, you should have saved that for somebody that's actually selling records. Like actual,
Like actual
original music.
Yeah, is that judgmental? I don't know.
No. Yo, listen, you can have an opinion on whatever you want. I feel that, okay, I'll put it like this. There are sometimes that you have independent albums that come out that have money behind them that don't sell.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Foxx's first album. The Fox Network actually put out his first album.
Did they?
Yeah, it was just under Fox, 20th Century Fox Records.
Gotcha.
And it went nowhere. Like it died. Like a couple of songs got on the R&B charts, but it died.
That wasn't.
That was when he was still on The Living Color.
Oh wow, he had an album.
He had an album out before he had the deal,
Yeah.
and it went nowhere. There's a couple of other people that did that. Tisha Campbell had a couple of records.
But
Well,
was
go
he
ahead.
really famous? But like, I don't
Well,
remember.
the whole thing was, I mean, when he came out, he's the funny guy.
Yeah.
He said that on the podcast with Joe Rogan. He was saying that he's the funny dude.
He was a clown.
He was a clown.
Yeah.
So nobody really took his music seriously.
Yeah.
But he's a classically trained pianist.
Yeah.
Like he went to school for music. Like, but nobody really. They were just like, you got a record out? Like you what you doing, Wanda? You singing it like Wanda or something like that? Like that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
And he was like, how he got back into the music, and Kanye called him to do slow jams, and he was just like, okay, I'm gonna do the record. So he said he went out to go do a movie, and he said somebody called him, he went to go film a movie or a TV show or something. Somebody called him. He was like, yo, he said, I thought the record wasn't going to do anything. And he was like, he was out of the country. He said somebody called him up and was like, yo, that record you did with Kanye, it's number 1 on the charts out here right now.
That's crazy.
And Jamie Foxx was like, what? He was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, nah. He said when he flew back, it was number 1 on the hip hop charts. He said when he flew back to America, the thing was like in the top 40. And because he did it for Kanye, he didn't know he was going to give it to Twista, because it became a Twista and a Kanye West record.
But wasn't that around the time he was starting to transition more into like a musician? And, like,
No,
taking-
he said he wasn't recording. And when that song hit, that's when the record labels came and was just like, yo, we're gonna give you a deal. And that's when he ended up putting on his first. I remember his first album. I went and bought the tape.
Was it good?
That was good. I mean, but it's like, even on the intro, he was just like, yo, this is no funny business. I'm really doing this.
Oh god.
You're right. Exactly. He had to put a fucking disclaimer on his own record. It's
but
crazy.
He was such a clown. Like, even for In Living Color, it was like, no one took him seriously.
No, nobody. Nobody. No, nobody. No, seriously, nobody. Let's keep going.
Okay.
So we got number 5. Number 5 is Turnover. The band is called Turnover, and the album is called Good Nature. And they are from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Now their stuff is like dream pop.
Okay.
Like indie rock, dream pop, like emo influences. They're pretty dope. But this album has gotten such a good reception. Like, it's crazy. They've been talking about that they might be even nominated for some awards coming.
Really?
Award season. I listened to a couple of records. It's pretty dope. All right, so number 4 is Iron and Wine. And the album... Oh, my phone is talking.
Oh,
I mean,
what the fuck
no,
is
my
that?
watch. I got a smartwatch. I got a brand new smartwatch, the Samsung. So now it's talking to me. Thank you, Lady Watch. Iron and Wine, and the album is called Beast Epic. Now, this guy, it's not a band. It's just this one dude.
Okay. I'm trying to get onto the image. That's why I'm like.
The image, it's weird because the image is, the album is like embroidered.
Okay.
Like, they took a picture. They actually made him on the guitar embroidered. So if you really look at it, it's like all sewn in, and that's him with the beard and everything, because the guy's got a big beard. So
okay.
now you got it.
I was like, wait, where's his face? I was like thinking his beard was his face, and I was like, this is a strange image.
Nah, that's his beard.
No,
But it's kind of
cool.
dope though. But this is his. Let me see. Actually, this is his. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is his 8th release. I mean, he's making it. I never heard of him, but he's doing it. All right, number 3 is Paris. All we know of heaven, all we need of hell. And Paris is like they're like a pop group. They're definitely electro pop, synth pop. They're from Massachusetts. They're doing their thing. This, honestly, what was the last one? Out of everybody that's on the list, they're probably my favorite. Daniel Caesar's dope. Brand New and Turnover is dope. But Paris, I like a lot. Number 2, and I'm gonna butcher this young boy's name. I think it's XXX Tentacion.
Oh God, I'm not.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
I think it's XXX Tentacion.
Yeah, something like that. It's really funny because I need to see if one of my friends is watching because they know that, like, how I feel about him. But
Okay, how do you feel about him? You can speak freely.
I feel for this kid. I do.
He's got a lot of issues. He's got a lot of
feel for
problems.
this kid, but he's very problematic.
Someone was making the point that him and a couple of these new rappers are actually, I don't
What,
know
like
if it's
Lil
direct.
Uzi Vert?
Yeah, like directly or indirectly, they're shining light to
Mental illness.
mental illness and emotional issues that a lot of kids have.
Yeah,
growing
they're
up
not really.
growing up in
They're not touching on those.
Yeah.
I just wish that they could do it without like having to be violent towards like people, like women.
Right.
So.
But
That's one of
they're
the.
crazy, so
Yeah,
they do crazy shit.
That's what I'm saying. I feel for
You
him.
can't
Like
tell a
that.
crazy person how to be crazy.
Exactly, but it's just like the only way that we seem to be really getting that sort of awareness out is through these like really mental people that need.
You think
help.
so? Well,
I don't know.
nah,
I could
look
be,
at-
I could be lying.
I mean, look at Logic with the 1-800 song. The one, it had the suicide hotline. That's a big
okay.
hit. The
Okay,
one with
that's true,
Alessia Cara.
Yeah.
So I mean, they are shining a light on it. They don't all have to be,
They
crazy.
don't, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's indirect. I think the music industry is twofold. I mean, they see it's making money,
Yeah.
and it's almost like the shock value of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's why I feel like it's exploited in that
Right.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
So I
Definitely.
mean, like I said, I'm not gonna bash this kid because it sounds like he has issues, and I've
Right.
talked to my friends about this before. But I do feel for the kid. But like, hey.
No, I mean, when these happenings, these record labels need to stop enabling these kids. I mean, it's not.
You
it's
think
not
so?
that-
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. We can use better images, especially for the black community. Like,
no, you're right. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. No, I'm just saying. I mean, he's going through a lot of problems. Somebody knocked him out during the concert. Like somebody ran up on the stage, punched him in the face, and knocked him out. Like I guess he had a beef. I think it was one of the guys that was on tour with him. Like they opened up. Yeah, they got into an altercation. Wow. The dude was on. This kid was on the stage. Triple Extacion, whatever the fuck his name is, I don't know. But he was singing, and somebody just came up and just decked him and knocked him out. And he was like shaking because the blood was rushing back to his head.
Who's that guy? Stitches down in Florida,
right?
Like him. He's clearly mentally
ill.
Something.
Yeah, something's up with him.
Something's wrong with him. But he gets, he does these crazy, ridiculous things, and the press and the blogs, they cover him.
Right.
I mean, he's not getting a ton of press. I mean,
but the whole thing is, you know how they say that any press or any press is good press? I don't know if I believe that.
I don't believe that.
I mean, I don't really want to.
Short term, yes, not long term.
So that logic would then apply to like those people that go crazy and kill people on Facebook Live, like.
What? Yeah. What is up with that?
What does that do?
What's there's something going on right now.
Yeah, but they're not doing it. Well, they got the views, I guess, if they're doing it for the views. Yeah. But
it's a very selfish thing, It doesn't help anybody else.
Of course.
Yeah, man. Let's see what's going on in the chat room. I got it up. We're good. Number one this week, and let's see if we can get it. It's not Metallica.
Is sick.
Huh?
That cover page is sick.
I know. It's bigger than that. It's him carrying a guitar. Like the whole picture is him carrying a guitar. I really liked it. But number one this week is Queens of the Stone Age. That's the cover of the album. So, you like it?
They were just at the Capitol.
It looks so cool.
They were just at the Capitol Theater.
Really? I missed them?
Either they were or they're going to be.
Oh, damn.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Kyle said it's a dope cover. Yeah, Kyle. It's definitely a dope cover. I really, really like it.
Kyle, do you know the artist? He's like, he knows everything.
Yeah, Kyle is one of those?
Yeah.
When like me when it comes to the music.
Yeah, dude's smart. Kyle, can I say what your nickname is? What we call you?
Tell him, put him on blast.
Call him Skynet.
Oh,
word?
Oh, hell no.
Jesus.
Yo, he's laughing right now. Yo, this is crazy. But that is the top 10 independent albums in the country, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, we got through this. So, we're going to get into a little of Miss Ziiothedreamer is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen, once again. We are going to start talking about your career as a illustrator.
My budding career.
Budding career as an illustrator, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the formal introduction, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Ziiothedreamer. Don't worry, your hair is fine. Yeah, man. All right. So where'd you grow up? Where were you?
Long Island.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were from Long Island.
Really? Where'd you think I was from?
I thought you were from Westchester, actually.
No. I was from Long Island, Elmont, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've just been around New York ever since.
Bless your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So tell me, how did you get started with illustration, like just drawing?
I mean, kind of like everybody, really, who's been drawing for a long time. You just pick up a pencil, and I just started drawing. My mom likes to talk about how when we used to go to Red Lobsters, though, and like how they
give you the little placemat with the.
Yeah, I used to finish coloring it, and then I would always like flip it over and then start drawing on the back, and then she always knew that like I would want to draw, and I would draw on the walls and all that kind of stuff. So
oh yeah. Drawing on the walls was a no-no in my house.
Yeah. So.
Get that belt. Shit crazy.
I'm pretty sure we had like that one talk, maybe that one whooping, and like it never happened again. I don't know, but like, but she always like would try to give me alternatives and stuff. Like, oh, hi. Alternatives and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just started when I was young. I thought it was interesting, and then I met other people that could draw as I went through elementary school and then junior high and high school. And then, yeah, I started taking it seriously maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, so you just started taking it serious too.
Yeah.
Let's put up some of her artwork, Gypsy. We're gonna go through these pieces. Tell me how old they are. Tell me, we're gonna go by piece by piece. Is this fairly new?
No. You would have to go to like the ones that I just posted recently on my Instagram page.
Oh, on your Instagram page. Yeah, I can't. I have to do a whole lot of cropping and all that stuff.
I feel you. But that's like kind of old. Like.
Okay. Well, let's get to the next one.
What's your Instagram?
Same. Ziiothedreamer.
Yeah, Ziio the Dreamer. Yeah, man.
Try and pull them up off the Instagram.
Yeah, we're gonna pull them up on the Instagram. We got the other ones though.
I'm sorry. How do you spell it?
Ziio the Dreamer. Yeah. Let's see if we can pull up some of these. Oh yeah. So what's up with Honeybee?
Honeybee is a comic that I'm working on. I kind of got started on it with my friend's company that he has, Comics First. They were doing comic submissions, and I was like, I want to do a comic. Like,
right.
I actually want to take this seriously. And then I just pitched the idea, and then they liked it. My editor liked it.
Okay.
Shout out to Christine Dunn. I love you.
Oh, that's what's up.
But yeah.
So can you give us a little backstory on Honeybee? Like, what kind of vein would that be in?
Maybe more like sci-fi, maybe kind of a little cyberpunk. It's kind of a dark tale.
Oh shit!
It's just kind of focusing on this woman who's into her career is very I don't know how to explain it.
She's kind of addicted to her career.
No, she does things that normal people don't do. And it's just about how what she does and how it affects the people around her and. Whether or not you're trying to figure out who she is as a person.
So you get a little mystery in there.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's go something else. You got this one I like.
Mm-hmm.
This one I like. So tell me about this.
Oh, that's actually not mine. That's my friend. He did that as a character I made actually a while ago, but she's somewhere in there. Her name is Moira. I just
now is this Honeybee or is this somebody else? The one with the is that like a click stick, a sword?
Yeah, that's like that was just a sketch I was doing. I was talking to my friends. I was trying to like do a quick like hour sketch because I try to do them at lunch and it's not always that easy anymore.
Right.
And I was like, quick, give me something to do. And then they were just like, draw an action pose. And then I did it. So, yeah.
That's dope.
Shout out to Trevor.
Now, what about this next one? You got nipples all out.
Yeah. That was actually a friend's drawing. I was trying to, I was actually practicing a different style or a way to approach my drawings and maybe do something that was like softer. And then I just drew my friend's character and he said it was cool.
Oh, okay. All right. And is it Xera?
Zara.
Zara. Okay. All right. Yeah. And what about this young man right here, Dakota?
Yeah.
Is that from the Honeybee comic?
Yeah, he's from Honeybee. The character that you saw with the buns, she's the main character. Her name is Naomi, and that's someone that she works with, and they're an interesting duo in that they're very aggressive towards each other, but they do amazing things together.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to give away too much because all this is going to come out in the comic book.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the things I noticed about your art is you have a great, like, now I used to draw, but it wasn't that good. I started by tracing, and then I started drawing stuff freehand. But what I noticed about your drawings are, like, how do you get it? Your proportions are like so great, like they're so good. Like head to body ratio, I couldn't get that shit to save my life.
Couldn't get eyes the same size.
Yeah, man, it was that. So from a technical standpoint, like what would you really call your style?
I don't really know. I would say I have a very messy style. Like I draw with my friends on a. Oh, sorry. I draw with my friends on a regular basis. Like, they see how I approach my art, and from the ground up, it's never really that organized, but it forms into something just by me like obsessing over the eyes or just the proportions in general.
What kind of, and I know it's not a pencil, I'm just going to say pencil. What kind of pencil are you using, like, for this drawing? Because, like, the shading is so gradual, like, from, like, the edge of her hair to, like, the middle of her forehead.
Okay, so I'm a digital artist.
Really?
Yeah. So all that stuff is digital. I did that on my tablet, pretty much.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I really thought she, like, you drew this by hand.
Man, digital art.
It's the future, yo.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're old, yo. No,
yo, damn, son.
I keep saying I'm sorry.
Dun, dun, dun.
That wasn't a pen. I use a tablet. Well.
Why'd you get yourself that?
Oh my god.
Gave me that, man. I'm failing right now.
No, I mean it's if you don't know, like.
You didn't see that commercial though? They got a commercial for what tablet do you use? Though?
I use the Surface Pro.
Right.
Yeah,
Surface Pro. Yeah.
Microsoft has been catering to artists recently, and they've been trying to make like all these cool tablets and stuff like that. And so like the kind of like leader in actual drawing tablets have been Wacom. I don't know how you're supposed
That's
to
all right.
pronounce
That's okay.
But,
yo, listen, you putting people on to something that I never even heard of.
Yeah, I was drawing in Starbucks one day, and this lady was asking me about it. She was so fascinated. But I used to draw on the tablets all the time, and then I brought my Surface Pro 4, and then it basically makes it so I can take my tablet with me anywhere. So it's pretty cool. I use that to draw. So yeah, quality's great. Get you guys a moving drawing tablet if you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. So do you use pencil or you don't?
I do actually like.
There's a couple of sketches.
I don't want to because
no, I'm not gonna put you on the spot because there's a couple of sketches. I actually took them out, like because there was sketches you did on the train and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a couple. I do draw traditionally. I mean, everyone starts traditionally. But,
right.
I do digitally mostly now, yeah. So.
Oh shit. Okay. Yo, you putting me on right now. I didn't even know you just did digital.
Yeah.
So how much of a process would it take for you to take these images and then, like if I wanted to do a short of some kind, how like moving from, you just drawing it on a pad and to animate it.
Like a process?
Like a process, like.
Oh, hold on. I had seltzer water. So, there's tons of videos on YouTube, like people who just do it better, and sometimes people, there's programs you can do to actually like record your process from beginning to end,
right? And
then you take it and then edit it to speed it up. So you take like what would be like a 3-hour session into like 4 minutes. Or what sometimes people do is if they don't have the program they like, they take like shots of it and then upload it into a video. So you can do that. Did I answer the question correctly?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's wow. All right.
There's
so it would be
tons of videos like on YouTube like that.
But have you ever animated any of your characters?
Animate? No.
Why? You wouldn't want that?
No, it's just I'm not an animator. I would love to be an animator, but I'm not an animator.
No, I understand, but would you want to get some of your drawings animated? Like if you came up with a concept and wanted to do like a digital short.
Oh yeah, I would love to do like a short or a movie or something. Like
okay.
That'd be totally cool, yeah.
I do want you to do a music video for me. We would have to take.
I can hook you up with some people. I can't do it myself.
Yeah, but it'd be I want you to draw the characters though.
Okay, I feel you.
Okay.
I can do that. That's like a concept art piece. That's what you want me to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, of course I'm gonna pay you.
Yeah. Oh no.
No. So get in. Okay. So wait. So I read on Facebook because I wasn't stalking you. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
But I saw on your Facebook page that somebody had asked you to do like a drawing for them, and then they didn't want to pay you.
I'm trying to remember what.
No, I think you shared somebody else's Right.
Yeah.
It was another illustrator that did a special piece for like somebody's.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like, there's a lot of times where people, like, you know, they have a negotiation. There's no laws that really protect freelancers except for, like, that law that New York City, as far as I know, that New York City just passed, where, like, if there's a freelance agreement and you have to be paid like $500 or more,
minimum,
like you can be brought to court. But that, yeah, exactly, like that's the that's like the minimum. So everybody underneath, which generally it happens, you know, freelancers get paid like $30, $40,
$50, yeah,
for a commission, and then people are just like, they don't like it or they feel some type of way, like they just turn into douchebags and they decide not to pay the artist. So yeah. So that might have been. Every time I see that stuff, I share it.
Yeah, of course. So when it comes down to, okay, these characters being your intellectual property, like you own them, like, so if somebody wanted to take your art and to share it, like, what digital, like, is there any, like, digital site or something that you can copyright your intellectual properties and get it so that, you know, nobody can just go in there and just take your stuff?
I'm not exactly sure, to be very, very honest with you. I mean, you can copyright your work.
Right, of course.
There's sometimes really nothing stopping for people from stealing your stuff. Like, I think I just saw something recently. There's this amazing artist on ArtStation. I don't know them, so I can't say their name because I don't really remember, but I just remember seeing their work. And someone took it and like blew it up on like a frame, and when they were selling it, and they were like, "Get it now!" And it was like a Game of Thrones piece or whatever.
Right, but they just took the characters and they drew them. Yeah,
they took the artist's work of the Game of Thrones poster and then had it on a site, and then they were selling it. And it's just like, if you're posting
like a digital rendering, you can buy it and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Exactly. Like, there's ArtStation, there's DeviantArt, there's Instagram. Like, if we post our art on whatever media sites, and then someone's like, "Oh, I can sell this, you know, for like $40," and then they post it on their website, until someone finds out and realizes, like, "Hey, you stole that from whoever."
Right.
Like, they can make money off of it, and there's nothing really protecting them unless you pursue legal action, as far as I understand. Yeah. So it's hard out here.
Wow. Have you ever thought about?
It's hard in the streets.
Hell yeah, hard out here in these streets. Why? So have you ever thought about maybe going into, you know, taking your artwork and maybe putting it on different styles of like clothes or something like that and selling that?
So I made an LLC with my friend because we want to, my best friend, we want to make like our own, like, KniioTheDreamers, which is just the brand we operate under, or the LLC. We want to make our own clothes and just, you know, make it our own art collective and stuff like that. So, like, these are ideas that we've thought of. Like, we're trying to see, like, how we can expand on our talents and the people that we know. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Kyle just weighed in. He said lots of social media to share your information about your art, and it's a small community, believe it or not. He said thefts happen a bit too often and in weird ways. So it's Kyle said you should do Zio clothing line. Yo, I mean, most of your, you know what? Let's put up a couple of our other pieces, because there's a couple of pieces that I like that would be like excellent to put like on a T-shirt. Keep going, like that one. Go back. That the honeybee.
Oh yeah.
Like a shirt, like a scene like that. That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah. It could. I mean, it's really funny because, like, my friend and I, we have really different styles, and we have, like, well, she's great at, like, making vectors and all that kind of stuff. So just the possibilities, like, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. It's something we're definitely gonna look into.
Okay, all right. Nah, I see the smile on your face. I know the wheels are turning. Yeah. I see it. Cool. All right, so let's get to the 5 independent. Okay, we got another person in the room. Oh, what's going on, Ty? Tyvian is in the building. Nathan.
Oh, hi, Nathan.
Yeah, shout out your peoples. You know what it is. That's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna get to the 5 independent questions. Actually, oh my goodness, I think my notes are all gone. Oh, I can sign in with Google. So just give me a second. So tell me, so now who are you working with right now, or can you say?
I'm not sure just yet, but like, I mean, it's just started with my friend, and she's in Canada right now. But
Oh, she's in Canada.
Yeah, I met her when we were at school, and then she had to go back home. But we're working.
Is your mic on, girl?
Yeah, my ass was talking.
Shout out to Juju the model. She's in the building tonight. I guess her ass was talking. So if you hear, like, the couch and ass, that was her. Oh, great. But go ahead. I'm sorry. So you said your friend is out in Canada right now.
She operates under
Okay.
ZioTheDreamer.
So ZioTheDreamer, ZioTheDreamer.
Yeah, and whoever else wants to have that as their, like, their tag, but like mostly.
So what you doing? You gonna be like the ASAP mob? Like all y'all gonna be the dreamers?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it was really a funny idea that my friend had, and when she was doing, like art and designs and stuff, and just playing around with, different pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then she one day, it was just like, did this thing that was like KniioTheDreamer is established 2013, and it just looked so fire. I wish I had it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yo, we should make this a company. And so, like, yeah.
And now you got your little LLC. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's like Wu-Tang.
Nah, for real. ZioTheDreamer's got the right idea. If you have any intellectual property, music, movies, film, you write, you draw, you make an LLC, ladies and gentlemen, limited liability corporation, or incorporate yourself. It saves you a lot of time. It saves you a lot of headache when it comes down to taxes. Saves you a lot of time when it comes down to when someone sees that you have a company, like an LLC or a corporation, they take you serious. It's not like you're BSing anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong, DBAs are cool. You know what I'm saying? Having small businesses is cool. But if you really want to get in and get in good, you gotta make sure that your business is in order.
It must be tough being an artist because, if someone want to take it, a lot of times you just got to Google image shit.
Right.
And all your work comes up.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. So if you want to play around and steal somebody's work, you gotta watch your ass. And don't be going out here stealing ZioTheDreamer's shit, because I'll come for your ass.
Anybody's susceptible to it. So
Right,
easy, though.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's get to the 5 independent questions tonight with ZioTheDreamer. So number 1, what does being an independent artist mean to you?
Well, getting yourself out there and supporting the people around you and in your community, really.
Okay.
You're not really, banking on getting that big, like, I got this job with this person, and now, like, you kind of just want to bring everybody together. And let's say you do get in with, like, a big company or whatever that you may be interested, you still look out for, the people that maybe A, got you there, or B, might be interested in being where you are. So,
Right.
Yeah, just supporting each other.
There you go.
Oh, that was so cute.
Number 2, would you sign to a major company like DC or Marvel?
That's actually an earlier concept of Naomi, and that's like, yeah, it's really funny. Most of my Instagram like images, pretty much it's just her now, but it's just random.
But Naomi is the main person in Honeybee.
Yeah.
She's the lead.
Yeah, there's kind of different stories and perspectives that you
Mhm.
get. So there's kind of like maybe 3 main characters.
Right.
Naomi is like the main character.
Okay. All right. So getting back to the question, would you sign to a major? Image, Marvel, DC calls you.
Image.
Okay.
Immediately Image.
So what was it about Image? I've been a comic book head for a long time. I was in it. Like when Image came out, Wildcat, Spawn, couple of the other titles, I was like on it.
So
heavy.
It's weird because it's like I really didn't start getting really into American comics, ironically, until like a couple of years ago with Comics Verse, actually.
All right.
And just when any comic I ever read from Image, I was just really, really into, and like Saga, like.
Right.
Saga's amazing.
See?
Saga is amazing.
But what I'm saying, so if they came to you and said, we want to sign you, we want you to put out your own book. Would you sign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like the only major company I would do that with. Yeah.
Really? So no Marvel, no DC?
Only unless like Marvel took Marco Djurdjevic back, but he's doing his own thing.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, 6 more vodka, but it's amazing.
All right, number 3. Who are and what companies are your major, influences? Because I see your style is a little bit American, but yet kind of like,
Okay.
Japanese. Like,
Yeah, okay, because I started with anime. That's why. Like, when, you remember those like crazy notebooks they had for school with like the girls with the big eyes and the ponies. And
Right,
stuff
right,
like
right.
that? Like I went from that to like Tokyo Mew Mew and Digimon and yeah, it was crazy.
Pokemon, Digimon, and all that. Okay.
Yeah. My biggest influences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like now or like growing up. I'm trying to
Growing up and now. Let's do both.
Let's see, growing up. I can't really recall any. I would say like maybe like the Sailor Moons and the cutesy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started getting into like really reading manga or manga.
Right.
If Jonathan's watching, and will kill me if I don't pronounce that correctly.
They coming for your ass. She be like, you want to go on TV and say manga?
Homeboy is real serious about it. But I love you, Jonathan. I guess I would say now it's a little bit different because I didn't really have a set person that influenced me. But like I said, Marco Djurdjevic is one of my favorites. The Evan Amundsen, he's phenomenal. I'm trying to think of who else that I really follow. Oh, John Zylstra is who I for a very long time. Actually, like for half the year, I was really studying how he did caricatures and stuff like that. He's really fun to watch, and like Kelsey Beckett, and she does mainly oil paintings and stuff like that. But just the way she draws her females and how soft their features are, like
Right.
That's something I try to emulate a little bit.
Okay. Because, all your characters definitely have a smooth look. Like, sometimes when I'm looking at your drawings, I'm just like, did you draw that from a person? Like, so every person you draw is just from the head.
I may have like I'll have references and stuff, but it's really hard for me sometimes to pinpoint like an exact person. Like sometimes I'll go through 5 different images and I'll be like, I like that person's eyebrow, I like this person's nose, and then try and put it together and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely use references and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Oh, all right. All right, cool. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. If you would offer the deal outside of illustration, meaning that you could not do illustration anymore, but monetarily you'll be set for life, would you take it?
I don't think so. I don't think I would be the same person if I couldn't draw. Like I eat, breathe, and sleep it. I think about it all the time. So just to be like, I can't do illustration anymore because I got money in the bank. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't think I would be able to do that unless like I was like really old and got arthritis or something, and they were like, "Hey, maybe," but like.
All right.
I
All right.
don't think I could do that.
All right. My last independent question today is, what is ZioTheDreamer's endgame? Like, where do you see the journey, and where are you going? Like, what is your main goal? What is an end game?
Kind of going back to the first question, really, is just rising with my community, really supporting the Black community, and just bringing out all these stories and ideas that people have together, and hopefully showing that like we are talented as a community. We're not. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the Boondocks, but like we're not just limited to just the Boondocks. Like we have all these
Right. You have
ideas.
you have ideas. You have different scripts. You have different characters.
Yeah.
Different things you want to tell.
Yeah. So we can really be taken seriously.
So, I mean, just, touch on the community a little bit more, the community aspect of, because it seems like what Kyle was saying, in the comments, there's a very small community of people. And, I mean, you guys you guys help each other out. So tell me about the community, like I guess it would be digital illustrators community.
Oh, like as a whole, like
Yeah.
it's just an art community. Like the art community itself is very small. Like it encompasses illustration, whether that's traditional or digital. There's 3D design. There's so much that's part of what it means to be an artist or an illustrator or a concept designer, and it's really small. Like everyone knows everybody. Like I'll go to New York Comic Con and I'll see like these people that I admire like all the time.
Yeah, of course.
And it's kind of only in the art community that you can do that. So I mean, I would just say it's the art community like as a whole. Yeah.
Cool. That is what's up. Okay. Damn. Well, we want to thank you for coming in. Thank you for chilling with us tonight. I got to do a little dedication. But, shout out. Go to ZioTheDreamer. That's ZIIO, the Dreamer, on Instagram. What? Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
everywhere. You just
Instagram,
Google you,
Facebook,
right?
Yeah, it'll pop up.
So wait a second. Do you have your own website now?
Yeah. Well, it's Serial Dreamers.
Serial Dreamers.
But you might as well just go to the Instagram. We're working on the.
You working on this?
Yeah.
Well, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please go and follow ZioTheDreamer on Facebook. Like her page. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to dedicate a portion. Two people that passed away last week, and I went to this gentleman's funeral on Saturday morning, in the picture on the right. And his name was Mr. Bazemore, John Bazemore. They called him Junebug. And this is someone that grew up in my building. Well, I grew up in the building. He was one of the gentlemen, upstanding guy, real cool, real chill, make sure that she wasn't doing anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? My pops knew who he was. Always a good dresser. You know what I mean? He was a good dude, man. So rest in peace to him. Also, I wanted to say rest in peace to Tremaine. Now they call him True Black Williams. I grew up in 4G. He grew up in 4B. Now he's the gentleman that was killed, I think last week in Mount Vernon. A couple guys, they jumped him, and then they hit him with a car and killed him on the street. And he died. Yeah, man, it's terrible. And, I posted that on my Facebook. I went live, and I couldn't hold it in, man, because there's a lot of violence going on. I remember one of the first episodes we did on OTV Live, we were talking about a gentleman who was working at the movie theater, and he got stabbed while at work. You know what I mean? He's trying to make a difference. He's got a kid on the way, just had a kid, and they killed him. And this is another tragedy. One of our former guests, Javon, R&B singer, he worked with Tremaine at a group home in Brewster. So the guy was, mentoring, at trouble youth, and this is what happens. He just got married. He's got a kid. So rest in peace to Tremaine Williams, man.
Things like that just make you really question, like, what is going on?
Yeah, what's up?
He's doing the right thing.
Right. I mean, he was a little bit older than me. This man was only 41 years old. He's got one kid, and he's married, and they pulled him outside, they beat him up, and then run over him. So if you have any information, call Mount Vernon Police Department. They said that the guys were driving a red Ford SUV. So, if you have any information, they call them Black, True Black. So if you have any information, call Mount Vernon Police Department. I also wanted to say that, all the guys from my hood, from Yonkers, please stand down. Let the Mount Vernon Police Department do their job, because we wouldn't want to have the same thing we had back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, and mid-90s with Yonkers going against Mount Vernon and stuff like that, man. You can't let that go on. Also, I wanted to say rest in peace to everyone that lost their lives in September 11th attacks back in 2001. Firefighters, first responders, police officers, man, you never forget. Never forget. So on that note, Gypsy, tell everybody where they can find you. Your show's about to come up.
Yeah, go to facebook.com/The Hangover Takeover. I'm about to go live with my co-host Juju, the model, the one whose butt was talking earlier.
Yeah, man. Ass talking.
Yeah, and we're just going to cover some headlines, go over... well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, catch us at, in about 15 minutes, facebook.com/The Hangover Takeover. We're going to do entertainment news and just make you guys laugh.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, baby. And me, you can find me at Mr. D Wise on all platforms. MrDWise.com is about to be lit in about another month. I'm shooting a brand new music video for Life Without You, October the 1st. So we're going to premiere that here on the show. Also, I got some things brewing. I just got off the phone with somebody very important from down in Atlanta. So we're going to be doing some things. So stay tuned. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, keep it indie, baby. Peace.